Hi, welcome to Balance Unleashed channel. Have you ever felt something profound, a whirlwind of emotions swirling inside you yet struggled to find the right words to describe it? You're not alone. We often find ourselves lost in a sea of feelings we can't quite articulate. This, my friends, is the realm of emotional dark matter. It's the vast and intricate world of emotions that we haven't yet learned to name. Imagine trying to describe a color you've never seen before. It's nearly impossible. Similarly, a significant portion of our emotional experience remains unnamed, unexplored, like an uncharted territory within us. We might sense its presence, feel its weight, but without the right language, it remains elusive. This isn't just an interesting thought experiment, it has real-world implications. Just like a skilled cartographer maps out uncharted lands, understanding our emotional landscape is crucial for navigating the complexities of life. It's about developing emotional literacy, a skill set vital for our well-being and our relationships with others. To truly grasp the concept of emotional dark matter, we need to understand how our brains process emotions. Think of your brain as a sophisticated prediction machine, constantly analyzing incoming sensory information and generating predictions about the world around us. Just like a car's diagnostic system alerts you to potential issues, your brain interprets physical sensations and external cues, constantly forecasting your emotional state. However, this system isn't flawless. Sometimes our brains struggle to accurately label the complex symphony of sensations we experience. This is where emotional dark matter comes into play. When we lack the vocabulary to define a specific feeling, it's like having a check engine light flashing without a clear understanding of the problem. This lack of clarity can lead to confusion, frustration, and even unhealthy coping mechanisms. We might resort to oversimplifying our emotions, labeling everything as good or bad, happy or sad. But emotions are far more nuanced than that. They exist on a spectrum, often intertwined and layered upon one another. So why is it so important to develop a richer emotional vocabulary? Because naming our emotions gives us power over them. When we can accurately label our feelings, we gain a sense of control and agency. We're no longer at the mercy of vague, undefined sensations. Recent studies in the field of emotional granularity have shown a strong correlation between specific emotion labeling and improved mental well-being. The more granular our emotional vocabulary, the better equipped we are to manage stress, navigate challenging situations, and build healthier relationships. Think of it this way. If you were experiencing chest pain, you wouldn't simply tell your doctor, "It hurts." You'd try to be as specific as possible, describing the location, intensity, and duration of the pain. The same principle applies to our emotions. The more specific we can be, the better we can understand and address the root cause of our feelings. The benefits of emotional granularity extend far beyond our personal lives. In high-stress professions like nursing, for example, the ability to accurately identify and articulate emotions can be crucial for preventing burnout and improving patient care. Imagine an ER nurse facing a constant barrage of intense emotions. By developing a nuanced emotional vocabulary, they can better process their experiences, manage stress levels, and provide more empathetic care to their patients. But we don't need to look to specialized fields to see the power of emotional language. Think about the way we describe perfumes. We use evocative terms like woody, citrusy, or floral to capture the complex blend of scents. Why not borrow this approach for our emotions? Instead of simply saying, "I feel bad," we can strive for more specific descriptions like "I'm feeling overwhelmed and anxious," or "I'm feeling disappointed but hopeful." By expanding our emotional lexicon, we open ourselves up to a world of greater understanding, both within ourselves and in our interactions with others. Section 5. Busting emotional myths, it's not black and white. For far too long, emotions have been relegated to a simplistic binary, happy or sad, good or bad. This couldn't be further from the truth. Emotions are complex, multifaceted, and often contradictory. We can feel joy and sorrow simultaneously, excitement mixed with trepidation. Embracing this complexity is key to understanding the full spectrum of human experience. Another common myth is that emotional intelligence is an innate trait, something you're either born with or not. This simply isn't true. Emotional intelligence, like any other skill, can be learned and developed over time. It's about cultivating self-awareness, empathy, and the ability to effectively manage our emotions. By debunking these myths, we create space for a more nuanced and compassionate understanding of ourselves and others. We recognize that it's okay to feel a multitude of emotions, even seemingly contradictory ones, and we empower ourselves to actively cultivate our emotional intelligence throughout our lives. Section 6. Practical steps to navigate your emotional landscape. Now that we've explored the importance of emotional literacy, you might be wondering, how do I actually start mapping out my own emotional dark matter? The good news is, there are practical steps you can take to enhance your emotional vocabulary and deepen your self-awareness. One powerful tool is journaling. Set aside a few minutes each day to reflect on your emotions. Don't just jot down happy or sad. Challenge yourself to be specific. What triggered this feeling? What sensations are you experiencing in your body? What thoughts are running through your mind? Another helpful practice is to actively expand your emotional vocabulary. Read books like Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown or Emotional Agility by Susan David, both of which offer rich insights into the nuances of human emotion. Pay attention to how characters in books and films describe their feelings. You might be surprised by the new words and phrases you discover. Mindfulness meditation is another valuable tool for increasing emotional awareness. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating space for greater understanding and acceptance. Section 7. Embrace the journey of emotional literacy. Remember, mapping out your emotional dark matter is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you feel lost, confused, or overwhelmed by the sheer complexity of your emotions. That's okay. The important thing is to approach this process with curiosity, compassion, and a willingness to learn. As you delve deeper into the world of emotions, you'll likely encounter feelings you can't quite name. Don't let this discourage you. Think of it as an opportunity for exploration and discovery. Perhaps you're experiencing a blend of excitement and apprehension, or a sense of longing mixed with contentment. Embrace the ambiguity. Allow yourself to sit with these unnamed feelings, to explore their textures and nuances. The more you practice emotional literacy, the more equipped you'll be to navigate the complexities of life with greater resilience, authenticity, and connection. Section 8. The importance of seeking support. While exploring our emotions independently is valuable, seeking support from others can be transformative. Talking to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist can provide valuable insights and perspectives. They can help us make sense of our feelings, challenge our assumptions, and offer a listening ear without judgment. Remember, vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. By sharing our emotional experiences with others, we create opportunities for deeper connection, empathy, and understanding. We also normalize the full spectrum of human emotions, breaking down the stigma often associated with vulnerability. Don't hesitate to reach out for support when you need it. Whether it's a trusted friend, a family member, or a mental health professional, having a supportive network can make all the difference in navigating the complexities of our emotional landscape. Section 9. Your Emotional Toolkit. Resources for further exploration. As you continue on your journey of emotional discovery, here are some additional resources that you might find helpful. Books. Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. Emotional Agility by Susan David. Understanding and refining how we label our emotions isn't just about vocabulary. It's about rewiring our brains for resilience, clarity, and better decision-making. From ER nurses preventing burnout to EEG studies proving neuroplasticity, the science is clear. The more precise our emotional labels, the more control we gain over our experiences. Remember, understanding and navigating our emotional landscape is a lifelong endeavor. So, are you stuck in the emotion label trap, or are you ready to upgrade your emotional intelligence? Try to explore new emotion words, and start reshaping your brain, one label at a time. Because when you change the way you name your emotions, you change the way you feel. If this resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's one new emotion label you're adding to your vocabulary today?